Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We often hear that walking every day is the secret to a long and healthy life, especially as we get older. Many of us make it a daily ritual, heading out for a brisk walk to keep our hearts strong and our minds clear. And it's true, walking is fantastic. It boosts our mood, helps our heart and lungs, and keeps us active. But what if I told you that just walking might not be enough to keep your legs strong and steady after 60? In fact, some doctors are now warning that relying only on walking could, over time, actually lead to weaker legs. It sounds counterintuitive, right? You walk every day, so your legs should be getting stronger. But the reality is a bit more complex. As we age, our bodies naturally go through a process called sarcopenia. It's a fancy word, but it just means we start to lose muscle mass. This is a normal part of getting older, but it's something we can actively fight against. The problem with walking is that while it's great for endurance, it's a low-resistance exercise. After a while, your muscles get used to it. The movement does not provide enough of a challenge to stimulate new muscle growth or even maintain the muscle you have. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that even though you walk every day, your legs feel a bit wobbly sometimes? Maybe climbing stairs feels more challenging than it used to, or you feel less confident on uneven ground. You might feel your legs getting tired more quickly. These are all signs that your leg muscles might need more than just a daily stroll. Without targeted strength exercises, the key muscles in your thighs, glutes, and calves can slowly weaken, which impacts your balance, your stability, and your overall confidence in moving around. So, while we should absolutely keep up our daily walks, we need to add a few more tools to our toolkit. We need to give our leg muscles the specific challenge they need to stay strong and powerful. The good news is, you don't need a fancy gym membership or complicated equipment to do this. There are simple, safe, and incredibly effective exercises you can do right in the comfort of your own home. Today, I'm going to share 5 simple fixes or exercises that will complement your walking routine. These movements are designed to build real strength in your lower body, improve your balance, and give you that solid, stable feeling back in your legs. They will help you walk with more power, climb stairs with ease, and move through your day with greater freedom and less fear of falling. Let's start with our first fix, and it's a classic for a reason: the chair squat. This is one of the most effective exercises for building strength in your entire lower body, your quads, hamstrings, and glutes. All you need is a sturdy chair. Place it behind you and stand in front of it with your feet about shoulder width apart. Now, slowly bend your knees and push your hips back, as if you're about to sit down in the chair. Keep your chest up and your back straight. You can hold your arms out in front of you for balance. Lower yourself down until your bottom lightly taps the chair, but try not to sit down completely. Then, push through your heels to stand back up to the starting position. Squeeze your glutes at the top. The key here is control. Don't just flop down and stand up. Make the movement slow and deliberate, both on the way down and on the way up. This controlled motion is what builds strength. If you're just starting, you can fully sit down for a moment before standing back up. As you get stronger, you can just tap the chair. Aim for about 10 to 15 repetitions. This single exercise mimics a fundamental movement we do every day, getting up and down, and strengthening these muscles is crucial for independence. Now for our second fix, which is fantastic for balance and hip stability: the standing leg lift. We'll do this one near a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture for support. Stand tall with your feet together and lightly place one hand on the wall for balance. Shift your weight onto your left leg, keeping it slightly bent. Never lock your knees. Now slowly lift your right leg straight out to the side. Go only as high as you can without leaning your torso to the side. Your body should stay upright. Hold it for a second, and then slowly lower it back down with control. You should feel this working the muscles on the outside of your hip and thigh. Do about 10 to 12 repetitions on one side, and then switch and do the same with the other leg. This exercise strengthens the hip abductor muscles, which are vital for stabilizing your pelvis when you walk. Strong hip abductors prevent that side-to-side waddle and significantly improve your balance, reducing your risk of a fall. It seems simple, but its impact on your stability is enormous. Ready for fix number 3? This one targets the muscles on the back of your legs, the standing hamstring curl. Again, stand near a wall or chair for support. Put your weight on your left leg, keeping that knee soft. Now, slowly bend your right knee and bring your right heel up towards your glutes, as if you're trying to kick your own behind. Hold it at the top for a moment, really squeezing that hamstring muscle, and then slowly lower your foot back down. The entire movement should be smooth and controlled. Don't use momentum to swing your leg up. It's all about muscle power. Complete 10 to 15 reps on one side before switching to the other. Our hamstrings are essential for bending our knees, and they work with our quads to help us walk, climb, and get up from a seated position. Many people have weak hamstrings, which can lead to knee issues and an unbalanced gait. This simple curl helps to correct that imbalance and builds a more powerful and resilient lower body. Let's move on to our fourth fix, an exercise that is absolutely critical for ankle stability and preventing trips. The heel and toe raise. You can do this anywhere. Stand with your feet a few inches apart, holding onto a counter or wall for light support if you need it. First, we'll do the heel raises. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you can. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head towards the ceiling. Hold for a second at the top, feeling the contraction in your calf muscles. Then slowly lower your heels back to the floor. Do about 15 to 20 repetitions. Next, we'll do the toe raises. Rock back on your heels and lift your toes and the balls of your feet off the floor. You'll feel this working the muscles on the front of your shins. Hold for a moment, then lower your feet back down. Do another 15 to 20 reps. These two movements strengthen your calves and the muscles in your shins. Strong calves give you the power to push off when you walk, and the shin muscles help you lift your foot, preventing your toes from catching on the ground and causing you to trip. This is a simple but powerful combination for better balance and a safer stride. Finally, our fifth fix is the glute bridge. This one is done lying on the floor, so find a comfortable spot, maybe on a mat or carpet. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Your arms can rest by your sides with your palms down. Now, engage your core and squeeze your glute muscles. Push through your heels to lift your hips off the floor until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Be careful not to arch your back too much. Hold this position for a couple of seconds, continuing to squeeze your glutes. Then, slowly lower your hips back down to the floor. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions. The glute bridge is a fantastic exercise because it isolates and strengthens your glutes and hamstrings without putting any strain on your knees or back. Strong glutes are the powerhouse of your lower body. They are essential for stability, power, and taking the pressure off your lower back. So there you have it. 5 simple but mighty exercises to add to your routine. Remember, the goal isn't to replace your daily walks, but to enhance them. By adding these strength movements 2 to 3 times a week, you'll be building and maintaining the muscle mass you need for strong, stable legs. You'll be tackling sarcopenia head-on and giving your body the support it needs to stay active and independent for years to come. You'll walk with more power, feel more balanced, and have the confidence to go wherever you want to go. So what's really going on when we just walk? Walking is what we call a forward motion exercise. You're constantly moving in one direction. This primarily engages your quadriceps, the muscles at the front of your thighs, and your hip flexors. But what about the other crucial muscles? Your glutes, which are the powerhouse muscles in your buttocks, your hamstrings at the back of your thighs, and the muscles on the sides of your hips, like the gluteus medius, don't get much of a workout. When these muscles are underused, they start to weaken. This creates a muscular imbalance that can put extra strain on your knees, hips, and lower back. It's a bit like trying to build a house with a strong front wall but weak side and back walls. Eventually, the whole structure becomes unstable. This instability is a leading cause of poor balance, especially as we age. Furthermore, walking doesn't do much to challenge your muscle fibers in a way that stimulates growth and strength. To build muscle, you need resistance. Walking on a flat surface just doesn't provide enough of it. That is why you might be able to walk for miles but still struggle to get up from a low chair or climb a steep flight of stairs. You have endurance, but you lack power. This is the core of the problem doctors are highlighting. It's not that walking is bad, it's that it's incomplete. To counteract this, we need to add in exercises that specifically target those neglected muscles and add a bit of resistance. The good news is, these fixes are incredibly simple, don't require a gym, and can be done right in your living room. All right, let's jump into our first simple fix, and it's a classic for a reason: the bodyweight squat. Don't be intimidated by the name. This is one of the most functional movements you can do. Think about it. You squat every single time you sit down and stand up. Mastering this exercise is like giving your body a superpower for daily life. To do a proper bodyweight squat, stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, with your toes pointing slightly outwards. Keep your chest up and your back straight. Now imagine you're about to sit down in a chair that's just behind you. Push your hips back first and then bend your knees, lowering yourself as if you're sitting. Go as low as you can comfortably while keeping your heels flat on the floor and your back straight. Then, push through your heels to stand back up, squeezing your glutes at the top. This single movement is a powerhouse. It works your glutes, hamstrings, and quads all at once, directly counteracting the imbalances caused by walking. Start with 2 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. If you're a beginner, you can even practice by using a real chair. Just sit down slowly and stand back up without using your hands. This ensures you're using the correct form and builds strength safely. Adding squats to your routine just 2 or 3 times a week will make a massive difference in your overall leg strength and stability. Moving on to our second fix, let's talk about lunges. Lunges are another fantastic exercise because they work each leg independently, which is brilliant for identifying and correcting any strength differences between your left and right sides. They also challenge your balance and stability in a way that walking on a flat surface never will. To perform a lunge, stand up tall. Take a big step forward with one foot. Lower your hips until both of your knees are bent at approximately a 90-degree angle. Make sure your front knee is directly above your ankle, not pushed out over your toes. And try to keep your back knee from touching the floor. Your torso should remain upright throughout the movement. Then, push off your front foot to return to the starting position. Repeat on the other side. That's 1 repetition. Lunges are incredible for targeting your quads and glutes, but they also engage your core as you work to stay balanced. If you find the forward lunge a bit wobbly at first, you can try reverse lunges, where you step backward instead. Many people find these a bit easier on the knees and gentler on their balance. Aim for 2 sets of 10 repetitions per leg. Just like squats, incorporating lunges a few times a week will build the kind of robust, functional strength that helps with everything from climbing stairs to carrying groceries with ease. Now for our third exercise, which targets a muscle group that is often completely overlooked: the glute bridge. This exercise is amazing because it directly activates your glutes and hamstrings, the exact muscles that don't get much love from walking. Plus, it's gentle on the joints and can even help alleviate lower back pain by strengthening your posterior chain. Here's how you do it. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart. Place your arms by your sides with your palms down. Now engage your core and squeeze your glutes as you lift your hips off the floor until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold this position for a couple of seconds at the top, really focusing on that glute squeeze. Then, slowly lower your hips back down to the starting position. That's 1 rep. The key here is to avoid arching your back. You want the movement to come from your hips, not your spine. Imagine you have a string pulling your belly button towards the ceiling. To make it more challenging as you get stronger, you can try a single leg glute bridge by extending one leg out while you lift your hips. This is an incredible stability challenge. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. This simple move will fire up those sleepy glute muscles and provide the support your lower back and knees have been missing. Let's move down the leg to our fourth helpful exercise: calf raises. This one is so simple, you can do it while brushing your teeth or waiting for the kettle to boil. Strong calves are essential for walking, running, and jumping, but they also play a vital role in balance and circulation. They act like a second heart, helping to pump blood back up from your legs to the rest of your body. To do a calf raise, stand up tall with your feet flat on the floor. You can place your hands on a wall or the back of a chair for balance if you need to. Slowly, lift your heels off the floor, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Go as high as you can, feeling the contraction in your calf muscles. Hold for a moment at the top and then slowly lower your heels back down. The slowly part is key here. Don't just drop back down. Controlling the descent is just as important as the lift. This simple movement not only strengthens your calves but also improves the stability of your ankles, which is absolutely crucial for preventing twists, sprains, and falls. Strong ankles provide a solid foundation for every step you take. Try to do 2 to 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions. It adds an easy but powerful addition to your daily routine that will pay huge dividends for your mobility. It sounds counterintuitive, I know. We've always been told to get our steps in, but recent insights from doctors and physical therapists are revealing a crucial piece of the puzzle that many people are missing. They're noticing a trend. Individuals who only walk for exercise without any other form of training can sometimes experience a decline in muscle strength, balance, and overall leg function over time. Why? Because walking, while great for endurance and cardiovascular health, is a very repetitive, forward-moving activity. It doesn't challenge your muscles in all the different ways they need to stay robust and resilient. Think of it like this. If you only ever read one type of book, you'd become an expert in that genre, but your overall literary knowledge would be limited. Your leg muscles are the same. Walking primarily works certain muscles in a certain way. Other crucial muscles for stability, power, and side-to-side movements can get neglected. Over time, this imbalance can lead to weakness, a higher risk of falls, and that feeling of instability that can really impact your confidence and independence. But here's the fantastic news. The solution isn't to stop walking. Not at all. The secret is to walk smarter by adding a few simple yet powerful strengthening exercises to your routine. Doctors have found that combining your daily walk with targeted leg strengthening moves can completely transform how you move and feel. In fact, doing these simple exercises just 3 times a week can help restore leg function, significantly improve your mobility, and dramatically reduce your risk of falling. So, in this video, we're going to dive into 5 incredibly simple, home-based exercises that you can start doing today. These are the fixes that will complement your walking routine, build balanced strength in your lower body, and keep you active, strong, and confident for years to come. You won't need any fancy gym equipment, just you, a sturdy chair for support, and a few minutes of your time. Are you ready to give your legs the complete workout they deserve? Let's get started with our first simple fix. First up is the sit to stand. This might just be the single most important exercise for maintaining independence. Think about how many times a day you get up from a chair, the sofa, or the bed. This movement is fundamental to daily life, and strengthening it is key. To do it, find a sturdy chair that won't slide. Sit on the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Keep your chest up and your back straight. Now, without using your hands to push off, lean forward slightly and push through your heels to stand up straight. Then slowly, and with control, reverse the motion and sit back down. Don't just plop down. Control the descent. This controlled lowering is just as important as the standing up part. If this is challenging at first, it's perfectly okay to use your hands on the armrests for a little assistance. As you get stronger, try to rely on them less and less until you can do it with your arms crossed over your chest. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions. This exercise is a powerhouse. It builds strength in your glutes, your quadriceps, the big muscles on the front of your thighs, and your hamstrings. These are the primary muscles you need for walking, climbing stairs, and simply getting around. Adding the sit to stand to your routine is like giving your legs a supercharged boost. Our second fix targets balance and the smaller stabilizing muscles around your hips and ankles. It's the heel-to-toe walk. Poor balance is a major contributor to falls, and this exercise directly tackles that. Find a clear space, perhaps alongside a kitchen counter or a wall that you can lightly touch for support if you need it. Now, simply walk in a straight line, but with each step, place the heel of your front foot directly in front of the toes of your back foot, as if you're walking on a tightrope. Take about 10 to 20 steps forward, keeping your eyes up and focused on a point in front of you, not down at your feet. Then, carefully turn around and walk back. The key here is to move slowly and deliberately. You should feel your ankle and hip muscles working to keep you stable. If it feels too easy, Try doing it without holding on to anything. If it feels too wobbly, keep a light touch on the wall for safety. This exercise trains your body's proprioception, its sense of where it is in space, which is crucial for preventing unexpected stumbles. It directly counteracts the simple forward motion of walking by challenging your stability in a new way. Moving on to our third simple fix, the standing leg raise. This one is fantastic for strengthening the hip abductor muscles, which are on the outside of your hips. These muscles are vital for side-to-side stability and are often underused during regular walking. Strong hip abductors help prevent your pelvis from dropping with each step, which can lead to an unstable gait and even hip or knee pain. For this exercise, stand behind a sturdy chair, holding on for balance. Keep your posture tall, your back straight, and your core engaged. Now, shift your weight onto your left leg. Keeping your right leg straight, slowly lift it out to the side. Only lift it as high as you can without leaning your upper body to the opposite side. The movement should come from your hip, not from tilting your torso. Hold it at the top for a second, then slowly lower it back down with control. Do this 10 to 15 times on one side, and then switch and do the same for the other leg. Remember, the height of the lift doesn't matter as much as the quality of the movement. Focus on that slow, controlled motion to really feel those hip muscles working. This is a game changer for walking with stability and confidence. Our fourth exercise is the heel raise, also known as a calf raise. Your calf muscles are the unsung heroes of walking. They provide the push-off for every single step you take and act as shock absorbers for your joints. If your calves are weak, your walking can become more of a shuffle, and you lose that spring in your step. To strengthen them, stand behind your trusty chair, holding on for light support. Your feet should be about hip-width apart. Slowly, push through the balls of your feet to raise your heels off the ground, rising up as high as you can onto your toes. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling to keep your body straight. Hold that top position for a moment, feeling the contraction in your calf muscles. Then, slowly, and with control, lower your heels back to the floor. Don't just let them drop. Aim for 15 to 20 repetitions. For an extra challenge, you can try doing one leg at a time, but make sure you have good balance first. Strong calves mean better propulsion, better balance, and less strain on your knees and feet. And finally, our fifth simple fix is the wall sit. This is an isometric exercise, meaning you hold a position rather than moving through a range of motion. It's an incredibly effective way to build endurance and strengthen your quadriceps, glutes, and even your core without putting any stress on your knee joints. Find a clear, flat wall. Stand with your back against it and your feet about shoulder width apart, a couple of feet away from the wall. Now, slowly slide your back down the wall until your knees are bent at about a 90-degree angle, as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. Make sure your knees are directly above your ankles, not out over your toes. Keep your back flat against the wall and your core engaged. Now just hold it. At first, try holding for 15 to 20 seconds. As you get stronger, work your way up to 30, 45, or even 60 seconds. You will definitely feel the burn in your thighs, and that's a good thing. It means you're building serious strength and stability. When you're done, carefully push back up the wall to a standing position. This exercise is a fantastic finisher that builds the muscular endurance you need for longer walks and for standing for extended periods. So there you have it. 5 simple but incredibly effective exercises to pair with your daily walk. The sit to stand for functional power, the heel to toe walk for balance, the standing leg raise for hip stability, heel raises for propulsion, and the wall sit for endurance. Remember, the goal isn't to stop walking. Walking is and always will be a cornerstone of a healthy, active lifestyle. The goal is to make your routine more complete. By adding these strength moves just 3 times a week, you'll be building a foundation of strength that walking alone can't provide. You'll be protecting your joints, improving your balance, and ensuring your legs are strong enough to carry you confidently through all of life's adventures. You're not just walking, you're building a stronger, more resilient body.